Where the blazes have I landed? To the Sacred Hotel, please.
I'm afraid you do not have enough traveler's sand for this destination.
That must be Seth's doing. Looks as though he's been quite thorough. He's erased my balance. We must find some way to get back to the hotel on the double.
What? A woman in my temple?
Fiddle faddle. I'm not a woman. I'm a man from Egypt.
Then why are you wearing a skirt? Get out! You! Get lost!
Now you listen, friend.
I won't listen to you until you've proven to me that you are a real man, with all the trappings.
Right. This guy wants me to prove I'm manly. How do I go about that?
Just take him as a role model. You ought to get yourself a full-fledged beard, a helmet, and a weapon. What are you waiting for?
I've struck the flag. I've taken Eric the Red's flag. I'll start practicing how to act like a real man straight away. Whose village is this? Spit it out.
This is Smurdorp, the village of Eric the Red, a wild fellow who loves to pillage and burn. Eric and the men are out on a raid right now. Each time they bring back special things from faraway places. Eric brought back these seeds from a land far off to the east, just for me. The natives there call it lice.
Sounds odd and unhealthy, too.
I hadn't expected you to be able to appreciate its quality.
Hey, wench, what's this with the flowers here?
I'm a gardener, and I have a real thing for plants. You wouldn't, of course. You're a man. You just trample all over them.
Of course. Trampler is my middle name.
As I said, a primitive behavioral pattern.
We're rough and ready guys, us Vikings, aren't we?
I must say, some of them really do get on my nerves. Especially the seafaring Vikings who work on certain decks. When you've got to deal with them, nerve-wracking is a mild way to put it. And they wouldn't even know a horse if they saw one. Out at sea, sometimes one hand doesn't know what the other is doing.
Maybe it's just the galley slaves' fault because they never learned row, row, row your boat properly.
Listen here, as the old Viking saying goes, the oarsman is only as bad as the man who beats the drum.
But as my father always says, you can design the best pyramid there is, and then some slave drops a block on your foot.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not so sure myself. First of all, I've got to go twist a few ice lions' throats. See you around.
They're called polar bears, not ice lions.
Just like I said. A lovely, freshly aired pillow.
You're a man, aren't you? What are you still doing here?
What do you mean by that?
All the men are out on a raid. All the real men. But as for you...
Don't you start as well. I am a man. And I want to look like one too. You could help me with that.
I doubt it. Not even spinach and knee bends could make a man out of you.
Oh, yes, they could.
No. If you were a real man, you wouldn't even talk to me. Because that's how the other men act. I have no idea why either.
Really? I find what you're doing there quite exciting.
You don't say. What's so exciting about doing pottery then?
It reminds me of home. Everything's made of clay there too.
So it's the clay you like.
Well, actually, I just said it to be friendly.
If you feel more at home with some clay in your pocket, go ahead. Help yourself.
Right. Clay. Why not? Thanks. I'm not gonna let this one...
What do you want, you wimp?
Nothing to do, milady?
Oh yeah? I get the fire going every day at 1 p.m. for lunch.
So, what does the clock say?
What's all this about? It's not that late yet.
Hello?
Oh, it's you.
Where have all the men gone?
They're all on a raid. And once again, we're proving that everything runs better without those good-for-nothings around.
A little nap sounds wonderful. I could do with one too.
I have an important task.
Nothing to do, milady?
Oh, yeah?
I better be going. Empty. Those Vikings don't pass up any opportunity. I hope it wasn't the last of its kind. A fish with a head shaped like a hammer. What's next? A fish with a nose like a saw? The poor thing has to freeze in order to keep somebody else warm at these temperatures. This reindeer seems emotionally unstable to me. The smallest irritation and it could go bonkers. Warning, schizophrenic reindeer. Different color within the animal's field of vision may cause it to exhibit the different personalities. Abuse at your own risk. How long would he survive in Cairo? I've torn open the pillow. Don't step in it. That stuff sticks like crazy. An absolutely manly beard. So that's what a real man looks like. A beard, a helmet, and a weapon. Oh no. Parrots, crocodiles, cats, and now reindeer. I just don't seem to have a way with animals.
Don't bother me, I'm busy.
You women folks seem to have a grip on everything.
It's all tightly organised. One of us throws the pots, one of us grows the vegetables, one keeps the fire. I prepare the fish. And well, normally, then it's the cook's turn to cook the meal. Except that the cook has disappeared somewhere today. Maybe he fled.
Why should he flee?
Whenever we don't like what he cooks, we give him a good thrashing. And I've never found a dish I really liked.
And how do you folks get along here?
If you put the question so plainly, I can't stand Isolde. She keeps making eyes at my Hjöldolin. If I had my way, I'd twist her neck.
I'm the new cook.
You're brave, but fair enough. Go ahead, take the lunch along.
I won't bother you any longer.
Then let it be.
Chances are, you won't find many animals on this planet that are uglier than that.
Hey, why should I let you have the salt?
Hello.
Oh, it's you.
Sigrid says you're to keep your hands off Hjöldolin.
Hjöldolin has already fallen for me, lock, stock, and barrel. He even brought me a unicorn from his last raid.
How romantic.
Only the head, of course.
Ugh, how disgusting.
And you can tell Sigrid I said so.
I better get going. You can't fetch water with it anymore.
The cook.
Isolde sends you a message. She said to tell you that Hjöldolin gave her a unicorn head.
She's gone too far. You're a cook, aren't you? Take that salt over there and ruin her lunch.
I won't bother you any longer.
Then
A bag of salt. My sandals simply weren't made for this freezing cold white sand. The salt makes the snowman melt. I hope they don't have snow bunnies here. Now that's what I call a real Viking helmet. A lovely imprint.
Oh,
Nothing to do,
oh yeah? I get a fire going every day at 1 p.m. for lunch.
So, what does the clock say?
What? That late? Time for the fire.
No! Are you crazy? Moses himself carried that cup around the stadium.
You want to get out of here, right? Come to think of it, I could throw you into the cauldron instead.
Watch your step, Asil. When I become the ruler of Egypt, you'll be sorry.
I really ought to keep the cup and melt you down. Doesn't seem too bad here after all, especially with you gone.
All right, all right. I promise that all the blessings on earth shall be bestowed upon you. After I've won the battle of the gods.
It would be enough for me if you and your fellow gods would just leave me in peace. So, I won't let anyone make me look soft. Hey, wench! What's this with the flowers here?
I'm a gardener, and I have a real thing for plants. You wouldn't, of course. You're a man. You just trample all over them.
What? I'm a true plant lover.
Really?
Yes. I've got a cactus at home. I water it every year.
Maybe you're not like the other men.
I keep hearing that all the time.
That's wonderful.
What is? Perhaps I should take a different tack. This magnificent village was whose, did you say?
This is Smurdorp, the village of Eric the Red, a wild fellow who loves to pillage and burn. Eric and the men are out on a raid right now. Each time they bring back special things from faraway places. Eric brought back these seeds from a land far off to the east, just for me. The natives there call it lice.
Could I have a little lice?
All because I like you so much? Yes, and you get a stick to cultivate it too.
Thanks a lot. Now I can take it along safely. An excellent combination. A fearsome weapon.
Bless my hammer! You almost look like a true Viking!
What's so funny about that?
Priceless! You're a funny little fellow, Egyptian.
But I did everything right, didn't I? And I'm sure I look extremely manly.
I know you're a man. I just wanted to pull your leg. All the mates are out on a raid. The only things I see all day are women. So I wanted to turn you out as a right snappy drinking chum.
Just great. Once again, I'm a pawn in the hands of the gods.
Don't be silly. You've earned my sincere respect, little Egyptian. Let's down some of my best brew and talk about your adventures. Maybe I can help you a bit. Go on, have some.
Wow, that's potent stuff.
You said you'd come from the Sacred Hotel.
Did I say that? I must be a bit tipsy already.
You know, I used to work there too. I was a young god and had a job helping out with the props they used for the graduation party shows.
Props? Sacred Hotel. Something rings a bell. Or is it just my head ringing? That's more likely.
A friendly Egyptian god invited me to go drinking at the time. What was his name again? Fred Schmeth?
Seth. Seth must have bought those rounds.
Yes, that was him. Nice fellow. Got me quite drunk. That was fun. The only thing was, after knocking him back all night, I couldn't find the key to the prop room anymore.
Asil, stop guzzling and listen to the good man. He's telling us that Seth stole his key to the prop room back there.
What? I've never looked at it from that angle. Such a nice chap. Can't imagine it for the life of me. Anyway, that cost me my job. Well, it was only for the holidays. Oddly enough, the key turned up again. In my gear, a few days later. I never did get around to handing it back, though. Just wasn't in the neighborhood much anymore, you know?
Asil, Thor has the missing key to the prop room. The key that presumably might prove that Seth deliberately sawed Osiris to pieces. And that I was banished in spite of my innocence.
Sawed to pieces. That's pretty much how my head feels like right now, too. I really wouldn't mind getting some sleep.
Don't you dare.
You know what? I'll just give you the key. And you can take it back to square things up there.
Yes, give us the key.
Yes?
Yes!
Yes.
Let's drink to that. For Old Lang Syne. And I'll show you the way back to the hotel, too.
Oh no! I'm surrounded by water! That's awful! I have nothing but horrible memories of that boat. Oops! What came down there? I'd love to find out what's inside, but right now the first thing to do is save my hide. Ho to my rescuer with the golden hair. It's not as bad as a death curse, but... I'm a celebrity! Get me out of here! Yours sincerely, Asil, Adventurer Prince of Hearts. What the blazes?
You really tickle my funny bone, little man.
Oh my, what a crazy dream.
That potent drop was a bit too much for you, was it? I'll treat you to some traveler's sand so you can return to the hotel. Off you go. Wasn't there something else you had to do?